Hello, gorgeous.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
hi, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for being on Forever Fit and Fabulous. As I was telling the audience, I met you in 2018 and
Yeah.
you dressed me and well, I was doing the show and I won for the best dressed and you were
Yes,
dressing you.
thank you. Thank you for making my collection look so beautiful.
No, I think I was just the prop, I think the dress itself.
No way, no way, no
It's
way.
true.
You made it. You made my clothes look so extravagant because
No,
it just fit you, you know? Yeah,
no,
thank you
thank you
so much.
so much. No, thank you. So I was telling the audience that you are also speaker and coach. I have a list of things that you do, and I think it's I will go through them, and then you can jump in at any time and correct me if I got anything wrong. So you are also and you anchor the Prime TV news. I mean, you've done it all: fashion, fashion events, fashion showcase, and NLP skill trainer certified. So why don't you take over and tell us all your achievements and don't be modest because these are all great achievements.
Well, it's quite a handful for me to just, but basically, it's been a very wonderful journey, Laila, because when you do things with your passion, right, it
Yes.
comes very easily to you. But then it wasn't an easy journey
Mm-hmm.
as well because there were a lot of struggles, a lot of trying things out to see whether this is the thing that you really want to do. So when I first started after my education in Malaysia,
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe I wanted to help my family at that time because we were living in an average way, and I thought maybe I want to help them in becoming in having a better life. So I was the
Mm-hmm.
breadwinner of my family, and then I joined the airlines, and then without my parents knowing. So don't call me a bad child because of I didn't follow what they say, but I just needed to do what I needed to do at that time. So I joined the airlines and I got the job. I went for the interview, and there were three interviews in the airline at that time. So I
Mm-hmm.
actually prepared like a week before the interview to go for the airline interview, because I know that you need to be fluent in English, you need to be fluent in Bahasa, and you need to be at a certain height and how you walk, how you talk. So I was preparing one whole week of what to wear and everything and how to walk. And then when I went there, I passed the first interview and then the
Uh-huh.
second interview. And then the third interview was the medical interview. And then when I
Uh-huh.
got the job, I came back and told my Mom, I have something to tell you. I was trembling. I was trembling. I didn't know what she was going to do. I said, I got the job as a flight stewardess. And then she said, oh, you didn't tell me this. And I said, I couldn't because it was like a very fast, it was very fast. And then I actually asked my uncle, I said, my late uncle said, go for it because every job is a profession, a professional profession. If you put pride in whatever that you do, so it becomes professional. And then I took his advice and I went for
Mm-hmm.
the interview and I got the job. And from there, it started a history where I learned about so many things, and I learned about people, I learned about how to save lives. And it's not what they say that being a flight stewardess is just serving tea coffee. It's not that.
Right.
It's more than that. You learn how to save lives and you learn about CPR, when people collapse, how do you do it, resuscitate people. And then if someone gives birth on board, you need to know what will be the procedure. So we were
Mm.
like a family in the airlines. And then I was flying for 7 years. But excuse me, for 7 years I was flying. I actually had a fear in heights, a fear of heights.
Ah,
I had a fear of heights, but I flew for 7 years. But I broke the fear, and
right.
it was a wonderful job. I was earning a very good income, and then those people, my friends who thought flight stewardesses couldn't make it, like they look down on that kind of
Mm-hmm.
profession, and I said, well, I'm earning a decent job, a decent income. but maybe you should do something for your life, right? Instead
Right.
of just, minding about other people's lives, why don't you do something for yourself? So to me, the message is do whatever that you need to do,
Yeah.
whatever is right, as long as you don't cause people trouble, you don't cause other people any hurt, but you just do and go for it because you feel that this is the right thing to do. So I went flying for 7 years, and then there was this interview in the paper that says they were looking for broadcast journalist, no, not broadcaster, broadcaster to read the news. And then I said, can I do this job while I'm flying? And I said, it doesn't hurt to ask. So I asked my bosses, I said, I've got this, job interview to read the news. Can I go? And I said, as long as when you do it during your off days, why not? And then I went for the interview. I went for the broadcast interview. And I got the job. I got the job. And then I told them, okay, I can only read during my off days when I'm not flying. And I said, okay, fine. So we just put you part-time. And whenever we have your roster, your flying roster on the off days, we will roster you to read. So there was flying crew and broadcasting crew at the same time. So when I was flying, I really enjoyed doing all these announcements on air, as you land, I do the announcement. And I got a clap every time I do my announcement. And they said, aren't you the one reading the news? And I said, you recognize me? Yeah, of course I recognize you, So it was really fun, really, really fun because I enjoyed both worlds. But it was quite taxing because right after I land from flight, the van would actually send me to the TV station with my uniform. And I changed my uniform into my attire to read the news. And then there you go, I read the news. So eventually, after 5 years, flying and reading the news, I got an offer to actually be a full-time broadcaster in another private TV station. So I was thinking, it was a 7-year itch for me. After 7 years, I felt, I want to do something else more than this. I can do more than this because I was training to do something else. I was training to do something in beauty. I was training to do something in business and in beauty business. So I said, but I can't do it if I don't network with this kind of people and start doing things that leads me to that path. So when I was doing my broadcasting, I was hosting live talk shows. And I was actually networking with owners of product companies and all these successful people, get in touch with them, mix around with them, and they taught me things. And eventually I left the airline because I wanted to do it seriously. So I opened my own salon, a hair salon. I opened a hair salon without even knowing how to cut the hair. So, but I wanted to do something because I met this lady. She was my mentor, but she passed away already, and everybody know her in Malaysia. She's the owner of the security force, the late Datuk Mazna Hamid. She was my mentor. I met her at a hospital because I sprained my arm, and then she had some problems with her health as well. And we were in the same, doctor's clinic. And then I said, what are you doing? And I said, I've sprained my, and then we exchange notes and all that. And then she said, what do you like to do? And I said, I want to do something in beauty. Okay, like what? And I said, I want to open my hair salon. I want to do something about hair. And then I said, okay, then you should start owning a hair salon. Don't just go to the hair salon, own a hair salon. And I said, really? But how do I go about doing that? And I said, okay, I'll tell you this. You do this, and she guided me and all that. And I exactly did what she said, and I opened the salon, and she came to actually, launch my hair salon. It was beautiful. It was beautiful because I focus on what she said, and I action it.
Right.
So it's all about wanting to do something, and then you decide whether you want to do it or not, and what would be the path that you need to go, and who do you need to meet, and what tools do you have to actually execute your plans. So I took the loan, and then we started this hair salon. It's called Adamaya Hair Salon. Adamaya, of course, the names of my two children, Adam and Maya, combined together, it means there's aura. So yeah, it was launched, and then that time the Minister of the Trade, International Trade and Industry also came to launch my salon. It was really beautiful. It was a beautiful journey. And when I was doing my salon, I was thinking, what could be the unique thing about my salon? Everybody opens a salon, but what could be your unique selling point? I mean, anybody can, sell nasi lemak.
Right.
Side by side, like 5 rows, all nasi lemak. But what's so good about your nasi lemak? So you have 4 rows, I mean, whole row is hair salon. Why do you think people would go to your hair salon? So you must find that unique selling point. And I was thinking, okay, everybody asked me at that time when I was reading the news, and my colleagues in the broadcast station saying that, Shawati, if I go to this place, to this event, what do you think I should wear? I said, okay, you wear this, but what do you have at your home? So I was like, trying to tell them what to do and trying to figure out what they need to wear. And I was saying, hey, I'm doing this for free. Why don't I charge them? Why don't I start charging them? But I can't charge them because I don't have the certification for sure. So I went for the certification for image consultancy, and I got certified as an image consultant, and I value added to that my salon. And then every time people come to my salon, I say, hey, you want to have a J-Lo hairstyle, but let me do an analysis of your body shape and your face shape and your neck. So people don't know this. When you want to choose a hairstyle, you need to know the size of your head and your neck and your body height, your body scale. Because you want to have like a big hairstyle, but your body is small, so it's not proportional. It's all about proportion and balance. So I did this for my clients. So we consult them and tell them why they need to do this and that. So that's what image consultancy is all about. And I expanded it into training and motivation and so forth. So it's all about value adding whatever that you already have to put the quality of your services. And then eventually I took the certification for NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and also neurosemantics, which teaches you how to deal with others and the techniques of persuasion, as well as how to tap on the subconscious mind of your client. So if you're into sales, right, man, everyone is in sales. You, me, everyone. It depends on what you're selling. Products, services, but you need to know the right words of how to deal with your clients. So that's where communication comes in, and this is where the approach of the NLP comes in. So I do believe this because you need to understand your clients better in order for you to serve them. So it's like a long-term relationship with your clients. I believe in that. So after that, should I go on?
Yes, go on.
I keep doing it, and then it wasn't easy when I first started image consultancy because people are asking me, what is image consultancy? I mean, what is it? Okay, so I had to explain to them, you have to learn everything from A to Z when it comes to image branding or positive image. It comes in a package. You can't just learn about how to dress and how to put makeup and there you go, you have an image. No, you have to know what's going on within you and understand yourself, and then you can actually determine what you need for yourself. And by doing that, you will appear more impactful in what you're trying to portray in your image. And this applies to the companies and individuals. It depends. But it is very general, but it applies for everybody. So to me, positive image is very important because you are your business. And I feel that if you're not portraying your business, then how are people going to be, believing in you, trusting your business? This is your brand, and your brand is your promise. So what do you promise? So what is it that you promise? So in the way that you show how you do your business is who you are, and this is your business.
Yeah. Right. But you also have 2 books, right? Let's talk about that. Image under asset under, and Smart Women, Foolish choices, which I love. I read the Smart Women Foolish Choices.
You
I
did?
love the
You did?
book.
You
Yes,
like the book?
yes. I love the book. So let's talk
I think
about that.
every woman would love the book. Every woman would love the book. They would
Right.
resonate so well with some of the chapters because I think every woman would go through the phases that I wrote in that book. Because this book is not about me. It's about these women who wrote to me about their failures and their successes and what they went through in terms of managing relationship. And we could learn from them because for us to determine not to do the same mistakes.
Right.
And it talks about patterns, it talks about moving on, it talks about closure, and it talks about how do you deal with yourself emotionally and intelligently, so in order for you to handle your relationship. So it's not about bashing men. So the men out there,
Right.
are there any men tuning in right now?
A lot men, a lot of men, trust me.
Okay. So, but I'm not bashing you guys in my book, no, but we're trying to understand you. So I'm trying to coach these women to try to understand how men think, because what they do and what they think, and sometimes we misconstrue, and as well as them, they always misconstrue us because they don't understand why we do things the way we do. So
Right.
we are wired differently and men are wired differently. But if we can actually understand each other, I think we will be, the world will be a very harmonious world, and you can manage your relationship better. I'm sure there are conflicts in relationship, but by knowing and understanding each other, you can actually avoid some conflicts and you can control yourself. It's all about self-control and also knowing what to do and what to say.
Yeah. So what is the main one main misunderstanding, misconception about men that women have?
Okay. Women always misconstrue men because sometimes men don't really talk much, and they just do. And sometimes they don't actually receive much information when you talk so much. You just have to be straight to the point with men. Tell them what you want. Don't go and beat around the bush.
It's so true.
Just say you want a new car. If you think you want a new car, just tell them, hey, I want a new car, please. Don't go saying something like, you know what, I'm really adoring my friends. You know, they have this nice house and nice car, and they went for driving somewhere, blah blah blah. And then this man is saying to themselves, what is it that she wants? Right? Can you
Yes.
tell me what you want? So you want a house or you want a car? Because you're beating around the bush. And I just say,
Right.
I think I want a new car. Can you give me a new car? So
Right.
it's straight to the point. And if you want them to go with you for dinner, right? Let's say you talk to your husband, you want to go dinner, and then say, are you free tomorrow night? Because I have this thing. So I'll be there. And then I said, okay. And then I said, okay, go. And then you wait and wait and wait and wait, they never came. And then you said, I told you I was going to be here. And so you didn't tell me to go. Right? So if you want me
Right.
there, tell me to go there. And then, but you should know when I told you that I'm going to be there, you should know you should be there. And I said, no, you didn't tell me that. So
Right.
these are the communication breakdown that normally happens in terms of, communicating with your spouse or your friends even. Say direct to the say straight to the point and say what you want. So
Right.
be
What
clear
about
about
women? Do men, always misconstrued about women?
Okay, men don't realize this because we need the constant care and attention. I know you said you love us just now, but we want to hear it again later. We want to constantly hear it that I love you, good night, good morning, I love you, okay? You look so pretty, you look so good. And if you cut your hair, oh my God, did you do something to your hair? You look different. We want that. Don't just say, oh, yep, that's good. No, you want more than that. Say more, say more. Because we are all about words, And then
Right.
these are some of the languages of love that I spoke in my book. based on what I read also, because there are a few languages of love. And if you don't understand the languages of love of your partner, then you are not talking in the same language, because you think that she wants your gifts. Okay, so this is the language of love of gifts. She wants gifts. Okay, and then you don't give her gifts, and then you give her attention. You say these words of affirmation, but what she wants is appreciation of gifts. So once in a while, buy her a small gift, and it does not matter whether the gift is very expensive or not expensive or less costly gift. It's just a gift that shows that you are thoughtful. So like when she comes back home, and then you say that, okay, she's done a good job, she's done something for the day, and you know that, and then you come back and say, you know what, I noticed that you did a very good interview today online, and for that you need a very small gift, a special gift from me, because this shows that I appreciate what you've done. But you don't even have to say all these words, just buy the gift and give it to her. And it could be anything, flowers, it could be chocolates, it's just a gift. But to her, oh my God, oh my God. You know, you feel that, you feel so gleeful that he remembers. So one of the examples I can give you is that, okay, one of my friends, it's her birthday, okay, it's her birthday. And he buys her gifts all the time. But on her birthday, everyone sends her flowers at her office. And then she waited and waited and waited to get the flower from him. And at 5 o'clock, when everyone goes home, suddenly came this guy from the florist and said, oh, you got a flower from your husband, but everyone has gone home. So she couldn't show anyone received the flower from the husband. So this really, you know, makes a lot of difference. Know your timing. Know your timing, guys. And do it on the right timing. like they say, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And when you give a gift, don't just give a gift. Wrap it in a nice wrapper with a small note that says "I love you" and whatever. And you know, it makes us so happy with that. Don't you think, Laila? Don't you
Yes,
like
of
gifts?
course. Of course. Yeah, I like meaningful gifts. I like notes, you know. I think you're right. Timing is everything. Because every time somebody gives you something, I always look at the effort that's put in. And plus, if you write a note, then it becomes magical. So
yes, that's true. That's true. And it doesn't have to be anything. It could just be ice cream, you know. And I'm so happy.
Yes. But you are a very powerful woman. You have done a lot for a lot of women. You are very inspiring. Where does, yeah, of course. But where does this come from? Is it from your upbringing? Where does this come from?
Well, I learned everything the hard way from my childhood, because I watch how my parents struggle, and every time they fight about money. They fought about money, and it was really a terrible thing to watch. And I was thinking, why is it so important for her to have this money? And I realized when I was growing up, yeah, money is important. Whoever says money is not important, then you'll never get to see your money, because you say money is not important. Money is important, but money is not everything, of course. But you need money for everything, right?
Right?
So I was telling myself, I don't want to be in that state, because as I was growing up, we were fighting about money, and then we were moving houses from year to year. And I said, I want to change this state. I don't want to be in this state. I want to help my parents. So there was a lot of struggles. There was a lot of struggles until I finished school, and I said, no, I think I want to further my studies. But at that very time, I think I put my studies on hold first, and then I went for my interview with Malaysia Airlines. So I got the job, and to me at that time, I need to secure a job first to help my family. And I was earning a lot, double income with, you know, the broadcasting work and also the flying. And there was no regret. There was no regret, because I helped my family. I was the breadwinner of the family. I've got 3 siblings. Well, 2 brothers. Me, I'm the eldest in the family. I'm the eldest girl, the only girl, and 2 brothers, younger brothers.
Wow.
And all working. But at that time, I need to, you know, to help my family. So I was supporting my family. But I was happy because even though I was earning a good job, multiple jobs, and then I could actually buy a house, I could actually buy a car with my own money, and I could actually help some of my siblings, and I was helping my dad, so I was feeling good about it. And this makes me even want to do more for myself, because I was actually challenging myself to do more, because I want to see how far can I go, and achieving my dreams and achieving what I can do, and maximizing to my maximum capacity of what God's gift to me, which is public speaking and all that. So this is my passion. So I feel that I need to be on top of my toes all the time, and there was nobody else that I could rely on except for me. You can have friends with you, supporting you, encouraging you. This is very important. Good friends are very hard to come by, but you have friends who encourage you to do better than what you're doing. You have friends who are like-minded people who actually support your success and embrace it together with you. This is very important. So through the years that I've gone through my career, I must say that my friends really support me. Some of them who are close to me, and of course my mom. She has always prayed for me every day for my success. And the most important thing that really gave me the strength is my own willpower. So spiritually, I'm quite spiritual in that sense, because I meditate and pray a lot. I may not look like but I'm quite strongly spiritually connected, and I talk to God all the time. So whenever I feel sad or I feel down, I pray and pray and pray and pray. And He has never not guided me in my career. So through the years of my career, He has always guided me. And from Him, I got my strength. So to me, whatever that you have in your life, your job, your wealth, whatever, your property, when you have nothing, imagine when you have nothing, you only have yourself. So your willpower will actually bring you up again, and nobody else can do that for you. So I believe so. So because of these years of going through this hard ups and downs, I learned through the hard way, and whatever comes my way is just a piece of cake, because you've done that, and you've been there and through the worst, and whatever that's happening is just, okay, bring it on. I can handle this.
So you are also your children, how do they look at you? You must be very inspiring. You must be.
Well,
You have to be.
They don't show. They don't show, but I do hear from their friends that they say that they're proud of me. Well, I'm glad that I hear that, because my children are not really showing me that they think that they're proud of me or things like that. But there are small little ways that they show to me in terms of how they react to my success. They always say the nice things to their friends, and they say, okay, oh, my mom is good at this. You should learn from my mom, because it's in mass communication. And I say, okay, you can talk to my mom about it, because she knows all this. And by knowing that, I feel happy, because he feels that he could rely on me. Yes. So, but they never tell me on the in front that, Mom, I think you've done such a good job. No, never.
Yeah, of course. That's not what children are supposed to do anyways, right?
Yeah, but of course, on my birthdays, they do show some appreciation, and sometimes they help me out with my business. Like my son, he helps me out with my retail business. So I'm glad, because he finally feels that there's a responsibility that he needs to show to me, and then because Adamaya is him and the sister. But they're still young. I don't expect them to take over the whole company now, but I'm just teaching them how to actually go about doing it. So it takes time, but at their own pace, and I'm not really pushing or imposing things on them. Yeah, because I think the youngsters nowadays, it's quite a challenge for me actually. With having the millennials in my own home. So millennials are different now. was different when we were there before. It was different. Do you agree with me? Like,
Yeah, of
when we were,
course.
yeah, so it was different. The time is changing, and we have to adapt to the era now of all these new millennials, and we have to know how to adapt to how to, deal with them. Yeah.
Right. So I think you are you're very beautiful. You're very smart.
So do
Um,
you. So are you.
oh, thank you very much. But I want to ask you, because of the way you look, do you think that is has helped your career too? Because of the way, not we forget about your smartness, because we all know, I know you personally, that you're very smart and very intelligent, you're very determined. But do
Thank
you
you.
think because of the way you look has helped you to get your foot inside the door?
Well, looks is a bonus. Look is a bonus, but the way you carry yourself, you don't have to be someone so pretty to be successful. No, it's all about substance that you have. It's about how your mind think and how you react to a certain kind of conflict that comes your way. They say life is not what happened to you, it's how you react to it. So in order to react to it, you've got to have that substance to face that. So in a way, to me, a positive image is a package of knowing yourself and knowing how to handle yourself. And then you learn a lot of other knowledges like communication skills. You need to know about communication skills. So through these years, because I took the course and also I was practicing it. Sometimes people take the course but they don't practice it.
Right.
You have to walk the talk. So as an image consultant, to me, I feel that it's important for me to walk the talk of what I preach. Not just because I am an image consultant, but personally I feel that I have to do that because I love doing that. And for example, if I were to go out from my house, my neighbors will never see me without my makeup. They will never see me barefaced, because that's how I respect myself and that's how I
Right.
respect others. Because when you are equipped, right? Meaning equipped is having everything, ready, then you go out, means you are ready to face the world. So to me, a positive image is an image that would give someone else the impression that you are trustworthy, you are reliable, you are professional, and you are successful. So if you
I,
imagine these elements, if you go out without your makeup or your torn jeans, I know torn jeans are quite,
in.
in. No, but that's okay. That's exceptional. But the thing is, it depends on where you're going. Let's say if you know where you're going and then you know who you're going to meet, what you wear really, really communicate about you. And it's all about respect. It's not about
Yes.
anything, but it's about respect. So, and if you're going to somewhere like a function that says formal, and you go to the wedding that is formal, and some weddings in KL, it's formal, but it's in the house. Okay, it's a house thing. And I always see this a lot of times. People come in jeans, and then they mix jeans, especially the men, they mix jeans they wear with a baju Melayu, which is a
Right.
totally, to me, is not respectful, because it's someone's wedding, and it's a traditional wedding. Please wear something that's appropriate to show respect to the host and also to yourself. People are watching and looking at you wearing like that. I mean, you have to respect yourself and others as well. So respect the environment, respect yourself, respect others. So it's about respecting the environment as well. It's a lot of things actually. So when you learn about image, positive image, it's not just about wearing the right clothes or the right makeup. It's also about respecting the environment and respecting yourself and who you're going to meet. So that these people won't get intimidated and they don't get offended. Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
love
me.
that. I think that's a great subject that you brought up, because
Yeah.
I think there's time and place for everything. And I just cannot stand where people don't respect the event that they are being invited to,
Yes.
especially weddings, like you said,
Correct.
Um,
Some weddings you
um,
can see someone else is overly dressed, and as if they are trying to compete with the bride.
Right.
And this person will actually prepare for the attire to go for this wedding more than the bride does, because she, that's quite. I mean, come on, it's called Raja Sahari in our terms in Malay culture. Raja Sahari,
Right.
right? Let them
Right.
be, and you just go according to just as you are, like modestly dressed, because you don't want to compete with the bride and groom. So this is their day, and you must know your place. You are the guest. Make sure you make it a more meaningful one for them, and don't talk about, oh my God, the food is lousy. The
Oh,
food is
yes.
lousy. You go there and gossip about the bride and the groom. Come on, you're invited and you are the friend. How could you do that? And that's one
Yeah.
thing I find very common among the society. So
Yeah.
this is very judgmental, they judge
Right.
people. So it's not nice, it's partly your image, your positive image. So it's the whole thing, what you say, what you do, what you wear, and how you manage your gestures. Like when you're going to the bride and then you don't like her dress, you don't have to say you don't like her
Say
dress. But then,
that.
even though
Oh
you
my
don't say
God.
you don't like the dress, but it's the way you do with your eyes and your face expression. Like you want to say that she looks good, but in your heart you don't think that she looks good, but it can show on your face gesture.
Mm.
Like, oh, that's a good dress. You're not being congruent. You're not being
Right.
congruent.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is what you call a mastery level. It's not easy to achieve. A lot of people preach about doing this, doing that, post this, post that. But do you actually do what you actually post?
Mm. Yes.
Correct? And not many people deserve to post what they post because they don't do it themselves. So I wish that, to educate the society, to be more respectful and more sensitive to your
Mm.
environment, and what you say and what you do to others. Because what you do to others will come back to you. It's karma. Remember
Yes.
karma? Yeah.
Yes.
True.
Yes. But I think you're also very humble, because somebody, I forget whenever I talk to you that somebody called you Datin. So this is a very recognized a title, right? Especially in
Yeah.
Malaysia. And when I talk to you, that I don't get that from you since I met you. And you are a very sincere person, and you're a very caring person. So how do you think people see you when they see you, like with the Datin title? And please explain the Datin titles to people that do not know what the title means.
It's really weird, Laila, when you have the title in front of your name. Sometimes when you go to hotels, right? When they see your title, that thing, they will give
Yeah,
you the best. But if I don't put that in there, I don't get the
yeah.
best seat. But then again, but just because of that word, you get a different kind of. So it's really biased though. But I'm really not into. I mean, I'm not the person who will say, "Hey, don't forget I'm a Dutton." No, I'm not
Mm,
like that. You can call me Shawati anytime, because to me it's
yeah,
just a title,
yeah.
and it does not mean anything. It's just something that is given to you, and but to me, just call me Shawati. And but then the way that they treat you, just because
Hmm.
you have that word in front, I think
Yeah,
it's a bit unfair.
yeah.
It's a
But
bit
I think you
the person.
but it was given to you because you deserve it. Can you just explain what the title means, so for people that don't understand what Datin means?
Okay, Datin is a title where you get when your husband is a datuk. So
Ah,
husband gets a datukship conferred by the Sultan of the state, of all the works that he's done for the state. So he's conferred that title because of the works, and it serves as something as an appreciation, or it's like a merit that you've done something for the state. So it has nothing to do with me. I'm just basking behind behind Yeah.
I think you're being very modest. I think with all this achievement that you have, I think it's
I
well
would
deserved.
rather, I would rather, you know, look at my achievements rather,
Yeah.
because those are the things that I earned myself through my
Yes.
own hard sweat and tears. Because
Yes.
it's a lot of, it's a lot of hustling, especially in my fashion line, in my
Mm.
fashion industry, where I'm also in a fashionpreneur and I have my collection. When I started my collection, I must tell you that it's not easy to actually establish your brand in the market. But I found that you need to do your value creation in your own way. So
Mm.
nobody wanted my brand to be on the online platform at first, because I didn't really make it big or something like that. But when I started doing my value creation, I call it, when I go to overseas and do my fashion shows, or I was involved in expos in overseas. This is where, when I came back, it opened a lot of doors for me because of the value creation.
Right.
That, because I went for Couture Fashion Week New York, and I went for Paris Fashion Week in 2018, and actually I won the International Promising Designer Award in
Wow.
2018, and consecutively 2017 I won that, and in 2018 I won the Dato Jimmy Choo Award for Best
Ah.
Next Designer. But it didn't change a thing, because only after I came back from New York, only they started to realize that, hey, this is quite a worth brand to be on the platform. So I was accepted to be on some online platforms because of the value creation that I created. And Alhamdulillah, they actually look at my collection now. They, oh, it's quite
Right.
nice actually. You know? So, but I did it with my passion, you know, Laila, because of some of the collection that I made myself, and then I created myself and I designed myself. If it's not sold, I don't feel bad about it, because it's very close to me. Every creation is
Right.
special. It's like, sometimes I ask myself, what's wrong with me? Like when someone's holding and trying, I ask, I hope she doesn't buy it. I hope she doesn't buy it. I feel like, what's wrong with me? And I said, you have to sell it. My staff was saying, no, you have to sell it, because we are selling this thing. So I said, okay, okay. So that's me. That's me. Yeah. Passion is different. This is what you call passion,
Right.
because it doesn't
Right.
stop. It doesn't stop. You keep creating. You keep wanting to innovate. You keep wanting to do more. This is what passion is all about. Be it my motivational works, as well as my fashion works. But my fashion works is second, but
Mm-hmm.
motivational works is first, my core, because I'm all about inspiring women. I'm all about women empowerment. I love to help others. When I can actually help others to become better than they are, it's like a 100% fulfillment for me.
Mm.
You can never
Mm.
imagine that. You cannot imagine how I feel. You get goosebumps, and then when someone
Right.
comes up to you and say, thank you so much for showing that. I think now I have a sense of a realization of what to do next. And I think you have just taught me something so valuable. And this makes me really, really, really happy. Really,
Right.
really, really.
So
Yeah.
how I want to touch on your fitness. So we've got like 10 minutes. We've been talking for a long time, which is great,
Oh,
but
really?
I don't want Instagram to shut us down, because after an hour they shut you down.
Okay.
So I want to ask you about your fitness. What do you do for fitness in for the body? I know you meditate, that's the fitness of the mind, and you're very spiritual, so that's spirituality. What about
Yeah.
for the body itself?
Laila, I want to have your body. I want to have your body, please. I want to have your body. You know, well, I do go to the gym. I wish I
Okay.
could do all the exercises that you're teaching every day. I see your, your Instagram. I'm like, oh yes, yes, I'm gonna do this. Yes. And then there's a phone call. Oh, I forget about it. And then, but yeah, I do go to the gym like
Okay.
every alternate day to do my treadmill. I do 45
Great.
minutes on the treadmill. And then I do just light workouts to strengthen my core, like, you know, the sit-ups for my core, as well as for my waist, because, you know, as you age, we have 2 kids, sometimes your waist expands.
Yes.
So you need to do some exercise and you need to be toned. I'm not really keen on being muscular, but I'm more of a, you want to be toning yourself more, like
Right.
at your age you want to be in shape. You still want to be in
Yes.
shape. And I do believe this because there's no shortcuts. You must do your exercises.
Yes.
You must. And to an extent, you feel so guilty that if you don't do it in a week, you feel so guilty. Like you don't pray, you feel so guilty. But I'm not guilty if I don't eat. So that's my bad habit. Because I get that I might put on weight and all that, and it really affects me when someone says, "Hey, you look really chubby today," and I'm like,
why would anybody say that?
I will go to the gym the whole stretch, the whole day. Like I will stay in the gym and make sure I feel good. Yeah, that's how it affects me. But that's bad, right? I mean, you know.
Yeah, I think food is a good. We need food as fuel. I think a lot of misconception about nutrition and not eating, which it slows your metabolism rate.
Yeah.
So you need to keep eating so your body can expand the calories while at rest. So that's the key. So it has to be a combination of exercise, but I won't preach on about that. I want to ask.
Really, I go on protein diet. And I drink a lot of water. I'm trying to drink water. But you see, I cannot go without coffee every morning. I have to have my coffee. And I feel like before I go to the gym, I have coffee. I think I burn faster.
Yes.
I burn
yes.
fat faster. So I feel good about it. Yeah.
Caffeine is a good conductor for fat burning. And then just if you can put like a small teaspoon of coconut milk or butter, that helps the process also. Yes.
I'll do that. Also, of course, the supplements like Laila, supplements like vitamin C,
yes.
and fish oil. I take fish oil. So it's very good. So you must, because sometimes you don't sleep well, and I'm the sort of person I sleep very late, and I'm trying to change that. So I'm honest about this because I sleep very late, sometimes at 2 a.m. editing my pictures before I load it on Instagram.
So I want to ask you. I want to ask you. Sorry. I want to ask you for people that before we end this, because I want to read all these messages for you. What people that are looking to be intact in mind, body, spirit, what kind of advice can you give to people that are listening in?
It's all about that. Even in my trainings, I tap on these 3 things: the mind, the body, and the soul. You have to take care of these 3: mind, body, and the soul. You can't be taking care only of the soul and not taking care of the body and the mind. You cannot be taking only the mind and not taking care of the body and the soul, because it comes together. Because it comes from here, from the mind first. Then only from here, when it's positive, it will go to your body. What you do to your body is from the mind. And what you do to your body and from the mind, that gives the whole peacefulness of your soul. So if you're not healthy, your soul is not healthy. How can you be healthy when your soul is not healthy? So you must step on these 3 things. So mind, body, and soul. So the mind is how you think and what you say to yourself. You have to control that, because you are bigger than your mind. You tell your mind what to do, not your mind tell you what to do. The minute you feel angry, tell yourself, who's angry now? You or your mind to tell you that you have to be angry. The minute you are angry, take a deep breath. I'm not angry. This will pass. Or go somewhere and have a walk or something. Do not react when you're angry, because you're just going to regret it. So train your mind to do this way, not to quickly reply to whatever the circumstances are. Take a deep breath. Take some time to think and react to it. Because it comes from the mind that determines, that creates your thinking, and then determines your actions, and will give you the result that you want. So what kind of result do you want? You cannot have anything that's good from an angry, action. Say you are angry at this person, you say so many things to him or her, and then you expect him or her to give you what you want. How can you achieve that? Right? So
Yeah.
positively, then you get a positive result. Think positive, positive result. Think negative, negative result.
Negative result. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And the intention. Intention is very important.
Yes,
Intention.
those are great advice. So let me read some of the messages. You can scroll also. These are all
Do we
messages.
answer any questions, or do we
Um,
do
they sign. They have. Let me see whether they have questions for you or praises. I see more praises for you, which is
really?
yes. Batik says hello, oh dating yang cantik.
Oh,
Yeah.
so much. Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Amin.
Yeah. And then Aini, which is my sister that you met, says hello.
Hi.
Yeah. And Batik by Rasta Rashid. What's your latest project, Datin?
Oh,
As we all
Rasta.
know, yeah, with
Yes.
pandemic hitting us, how you sustain all your businesses during the situation. So why don't you
Ah,
address that?
yeah. Okay, so I'm sure everybody is being affected by this pandemic situation of the COVID-19, but
Yeah.
it's hard to see things in a different perspective. I,
Right.
I, I always apply this to think creatively. Like if I can share with you during the lockdown of the 3 months of lockdown, I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't do anything, but I was thinking, what can I do with something in the house? And then I said, okay, I can't do a new production because I can't go out to get fabrics. So I was going through the remnants of fabrics that I have in my house. And I said, what can I do with these fabrics? And then of course, obviously people are wearing masks. People want to wear
Mm-hmm.
masks. I turned those fabrics into a mask. And
Fantastic.
and I don't sew. I don't sew. But this is where the beauty comes in when you have so many friends in the industry. Like Rasta Rashid is also from the same industry as me, and we are in the Malaysia Bumiputra Designer Association, in the same association, and we help each other. And of course, they were doing this PPE for the hospitals, and I was doing the masks on my own terms, what I can do for myself, for my brand.
Right.
So I turned all the remnants of Songkit from my runway collection, all the small pieces, I put together, and then I came up with a mask.
That's
And these are
fantastic.
so they helped me in sewing this because they had those things in their house, and then we just send to each other and all that. And then thank you to one of my friends who actually had the kilang, and then did for me those masks for me. Thank you so much. And we help each other. So this is the beauty of collaboration is very important to me.